Hello and welcome to our very first Flying Friday. What, you ask, is Flying Friday? Well, we're flying an airplane. Isn't that logical? Well, in this case, we are flying this little goshawk. Let's start up. Batteries on. Master avionics on. Get our lights on. Go ahead and get her started. Bring our fan engine, nice fan on. Let's close the main exit. Arm our ejection seat, because in the worst possible conditions, you know, terrible things can happen. Fuel flow. All right, what do we do on Flying Friday? Well, on Flying Friday, we're going to take on difficult airports, tough weather conditions, unique aircraft. Now in this case, I am flying this little goshawk. This is taken from the BAE Hawk. This is the Boeing version with the uprated landing gear, which means I can slam it onto the deck nice and hard if necessary. What are we going to do? Well, we're taking off from Little Longmont Airport. Not a lot here, and doesn't even represent real Longmont Airport, but we are taking off from Longmont Airport. And we are heading, put that on the other screen because you guys really don't need to see that. Oops, wrong one. There we go. We're going to take some IFR flight. We're going to Aspen. Let's see. 180 departure frequency. All right, let's read that back. Longmont Airport is not controlled, so I don't need to get taxi clearance. Now, Aspen Airport is not an easy airport necessarily to fly into. Aspen Airport's problem is, well, it's high altitude and it's in a valley. We're taking the goshawk because it's fast enough to get us there and forgiving enough that we won't kill ourselves. Well, we might, but it's half the fun, right? So I'm not always going to start us in the cold and dark position. I'm going to start us whatever position I might decide to put us in. All right, I want to cage the HUD and... Nope. That's what I want. Sometimes I'll put us at the end of the runway. Sometimes I'll put us in the air. Regardless, we're always going to be flying somewhere and doing something interesting. That's not always going to be dangerous airports. Like I said, it could be dangerous weather conditions. I am currently flying with the auto-updating weather. So every 15 minutes, Flight Simulator X is going to go out to its weather server and it's going to grab the latest weather. I hate to tell Flight Simulator, but right now its latest weather is wrong. This is not the current weather in Longmont, Colorado. I can look out my window and see that, actually. Looking out the window, it is overcast, and there's thunderstorms to the east of us. Heavy, heavy, dark thunderstorms. And it's currently raining in Longmont. How about that? But I will set up some interesting weather conditions, and we'll fly some interesting aircraft. Meaning we might try to put a 757 down on a runway it shouldn't really go on, or something to that effect. I did just see some lightning rendered by Flight Simulator. Either that or it was a reflection in my monitor. Okay. Now, I chose the little goshawk. One, because it is an extremely forgiving aircraft. Two, because I felt like it. Let's see, we are on 29, and we are going to depart west.
2 Victor 2, traffic, Navy, Alpha 101, taking off, runway 2.
No inbound traffic. I love the differential brakes on these things. All right. Let's go. To the skies! Whoa, stop doing that. There's some gusting winds that we have, so there you go. Gusty, gusty. Get away! Come on, baby. In the air. There we go. Yeah. So I'll contact Denver departure as we make our climb to 180,000. 180, whatever. No way the altimeter is 29093. Head So the beginning of this is going to be pretty boring. We're going to be taking off. We're going to be flying a flight pattern that takes us in a relatively benign flight. Now, where it gets exciting is when we start the approach into Aspen. Again, it is a valley. There's some 14,000-foot mountains. Oops, we're getting a little bit of wind below. Some 14,000-foot mountains around there. And again, we're going into a valley, so imagine this could get interesting. In fact, so interesting, flipping on the pitot heat just for good measure. There's Boulder, Colorado down there. And into the clouds we go. Yes, 125.905. So usually I will fly IFR. Well, I fly IFR especially here in the mountains because, well, it's a good thing to do. Okay, 2987, so we're dropping altimeter. It did snow in the mountains recently, so FSX will not be correct because it'll say, oh, it's summertime, but it snowed this week. Is that not crazy? Yeah. It's Colorado. Whoa, bouncy, 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 bouncy. Yeah, we're at 1.6. All right. So this is a nice, easy climb. And this is a good start for Flying Friday, I think. I do fly a lot this particular route. This is actually a saved flight plan. Visual runway 33 approach. All right. Okay, 240. All right. Whoa, too much. Okay. I do fly this a lot. It's actually a saved flight plan on my FSX because I like the challenge of this particular flight. I've got two of them, or three of them, one from Front Range, one from DIA, and one from Longmont, depending on the aircraft I'm flying. Okay. Now this is where the terribleness of Flight Simulator X air traffic control is going to become a problem. He's going to have us climb and descend repeatedly.
Going to 126.1, Navy Alpha 101. Denver Center, Bombardier, November.
All right, the aircraft's attitude right now, a little bounce and jostle it's doing, that is not actually my control stick. It's actually the winds up here. What are we doing again? We're descending 17. Okay. Woo! Hello. There's a little bit of wind there. All right, we're coming up on 17, so let's pull up. Oops, too much. Continue descending, please. Thank you. There we go. Let's get ourselves tuned over to 126.1.
Alpha 101 with you. Navy Alpha 101, Denver departure. Roger. Altimeter 2978.
Woo.
Navy Alpha 101, turn right heading 215.
All right.
Turn right heading 215. Navy Alpha 101. Navy Alpha 101.
I love the constant being handed off left and right.
128.65. Navy Alpha 101.
Okay, tune.
Denver Center, Navy Alpha 101 with you 17,100.
The only time I've been into Aspen has been in via car. I've never flown in Aspen.
Center on 125.905. Navy Alpha 101, Denver Center, Roger, altimeter 2977.
Get a little bit of jump and jostle here.
125.9.
We get that a lot coming in and out of DIA, actually. Whoa, flight I was on from LA, it was really bouncing and shaking, and people were all upset. I actually really enjoy some of the turbulence. It sounds strange, but it's true. I really do actually enjoy the feeling of the turbulence. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm probably crazy, but... a little plane like this always gonna have some bounce and jostle.
Navy Alpha 101, contact Denver Center on 119.85.
Okay.
119.85.
I could not imagine being a single pilot doing this in real life, having the tune constantly. Thankfully, in an aircraft like this, I actually do have a co-pilot, radio operator, I guess I could call him. We'll name him Jeff. We'll look at Jeff. See, there's Jeff. He's hanging out back there. Jeff is just looking around, just chilling. Oops. Let's not descend too much now. Other direction, please. Thank you.
Denver Center, Navy Alpha 101 is at 16,800, climbing 17,000. Navy Alpha 101, Denver Center, Roger.
Okay, back into the clouds.
978. Navy Alpha 101.
Now we descend.
16,000.
Okay.
Maintain 16,000. Navy Alpha 101.
This ought to be fun. Now remember, there's 14,400 foot peaks around here. Just think about that now. I'm in and out of clouds. I'm descending to 16,000. It's going to put me less than 2,000 feet above something like Mount Elbert, which is 14,400. Something to think about. Woo-hoo. Also would help if I actually stopped at 16 instead of descended to 15. I heard you, girl.
Below your assigned altitude, climb and maintain 16,000. Altimeter 2907.
I'm already there. You talked so long.
16,000. Navy Alpha 101.
Come on. Just stay there. Whoa. Hello. Now the good thing and the bad thing is I'm flying a jet. The good thing is I'm not so concerned about altitude on a jet. Mainly because the engine's going to work up until you get pretty high. The downside, of course, being it takes a while to spool up, which means I really have to stay ahead of the jet. Meaning I have to think about what's going to happen seconds ahead of where I currently am. Ooh, in order to fly this thing properly. Okay. We're not going to be terribly far out from Aspen. Now I do have a scenery pack, some scenery. A link for the scenery is down below. It's photorealistic. You can actually see we're entering the scenery zone right now. See the change in there? Yeah, we're entering into the scenery zone.
306. Contact Denver Center on
This way, please. Which I put in because it looks nice. What? Okay. Sorry. Yes, I heard ya. I am getting thrown around a little bit, girl. Yeah, that looks like we're getting up into some Aspen scenery. Whoa. Okay. The bright side, there's fewer trees, which is true. The beautiful, the mountains like that. It is beautiful scenery up here. I've flown over enough times going to Salt Lake. And driven through plenty of times. Alright, she's going to yell at me again in a minute if I don't climb. Now, there is an autopilot on this aircraft, but it's not truly part of this plane. This plane wouldn't have the autopilot. It wouldn't have been an aircraft designed for that. But there is the Flight Simulator X autopilot is actually present. You just have to find it in the shift keys. Little tail kick there. As I'm sure you can imagine, many of these videos are going to be edited because, well, it depends on where I'm flying, what I'm doing. Could be a while between action points. It's not a pretty plane. It's a pretty scenery too. Yes, 180. Climb, because you're going to yell at me in a minute. Yep, 210, alright. You couldn't choose somewhere in the middle? Alright, here you go, girl. Right into the clouds. Thank you for vectoring me into the clouds. I appreciate that. Now, of course, if I was in an airliner, it would have taken me longer to make that turn. I do know that this does get me off course every once in a while. So I have to be aware of that. I have this really strong urge to go VFR and just drop down into the valleys and like book it through the valleys. But if I go VFR, I'm never going to find the runway. Additionally, I don't know if I can go VFR with all these clouds. If the weather updates properly, we're going to end up with overcast thunderstorms here pretty soon. The fog of war. What? Turn right? I am at 210. Why are you telling me to turn right to 210? I'm already at 210, you crazy, crazy woman. Next, she's going to tell me to expedite. Oh, no. She's going to correct herself. 240. We're going to slow the plane.
123.8 for Navy, Alpha 101.
All right, Aspen approach.
Approach, Navy, Alpha 101, with you at 15,800. Navy, Alpha 101, Aspen approach, roger, altimeter.
Oh, they got a high pressure system.
Navy, Alpha 101, descend and maintain 15,000.
5,000. And now remember, puts me about 600 feet, not even 600 feet above Mount Albert. It's awesome, isn't it?
Right heading 270, Navy, Alpha 101.
Oh, 14,000, even better. Now we're going to be negative feet if we find Mountain. Oh, whoa! Haha! A little bit of. Oh, hey. Yeah. Nobody can see us. Oops. Now we're below 14. We don't want to do that. We're basically going to be skimming along here. I mean, we're not terribly far above any of these hills. Oh, am I? Okay. Sorry. I'm goofing around. Okay, give ourselves a little bit of power. So we're at 13.8 and change. These are 12, 13, and 14,000 foot mountains all around us.
Navy Alpha 101, airport is 12 miles. At your 1 o'clock, turn right heading 305, report runway in sight.
Okay.
Turn right heading 305, Navy Alpha 1.
All right, everybody, we got to watch for the runway. It's 12 miles at our 1. It was 12 miles at our 1 o'clock. Is that it?
Navy Alpha 101, turn right heading 330.
Yep, turning right.
Turn right heading 330, Navy Alpha 101.
Trying to see some rabbits, but I don't think there are any.
Navy Alpha 101, descend and maintain 13,000. Descend and maintain 13,000.
Where is the runway? Oh wait, I know where it is. It's gonna be a sneaky, sneaky little runway. There it is. Runway in sight.
101. I have the runway in sight. Navy Alpha 101. You are 7 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 9,800. Clear visual. Runway 33 approach. Contact
Excellent.
Aspen Tower on 118.85. Descend and maintain 9,800.
Okay, we got it in sight.
Runway 33.
Let's deploy a little bit of brake so we can slow the plane.
0.85. Navy Alpha 101.
Aspen Tower.
Aspen Tower, Navy Alpha 101 is 5 miles south. Inbound visual, runway 33, approach. Navy Alpha 101, Aspen Tower, make straight in, runway.
Straight in, all right, good.
Altimeter 2999.
2999.
Alpha 101, cleared to land, runway 33.
Okay, let's try to do it.
Navy Alpha 101.
Okay. We're on slightly, as long as there's no big wind, we'll be fine, I hope. Here we go.
Sync rate.
No, sync rate's gonna be fine,
Roll
girl.
up.
Oh crap. Deploying
Sync
brakes.
rate.
Come
Sync
on.
rate.
Oh, I think we're gonna be out of runway really fast. Hold on. Oh crap. Hold on. That was a really, really, really terrible landing there. Oh, hey, look, we're gonna cruise right past that. Oh no, we're not.
Alpha 101, turn next taxiway.
Yeah, we made it. By the skin of our teeth did we make that landing. Oh, wow. Yeah, we came in a little bit hot.
Navy Alpha 101, contact ground.
Oh, wow.
1.9er. Going to 121.9er. Navy Alpha 101.
Ah, we made it. Aspen ground, I need parking.
Aspen ground, Navy Alpha 101. Request taxi to parking. Navy Alpha 101, taxi to general aviation parking. Using taxiway Alpha 1, Alpha 3.
Okay.
Taxiing to general aviation parking. Via taxiway Alpha
I have to
1,
use
Alpha
progressive
3,
taxi because I can't even
Alpha
follow
1,
these
0,
some of these runways are just taxiways are just crazy. All right, so we made it. We kind of dodged a bullet on that landing. I think the approved situation coming in that hot would have been to perform a go-around, not to land halfway down the runway. Wow. Now you can imagine doing that in something like a 757. They do that with a 757, people. I did not want to do that as our first Flying Friday. I wanted to survive. So here we are. We are now in Aspen. Stop. Braking brakes are on. Shut the engine down. Disarm our seat. Turn that off. Turn the pitot heat off. Turn our avionics off. There we go. Ooh, we made it. Our very first Flying Friday. Flew into Aspen, which is a tough airport to get into. We came down that valley, and you can see how that is kind of a tough approach. You basically have to kiss the top of that mountain as you come in. All right, I've been DerTebbers. This has been your Flying Friday. We landed our Goshawk at Aspen, one of the tougher airports. Next time we'll find something else. Be it an airport, an airplane, or weather. Till then, happy flying.